Welcome back once again, friends. We are here at the Training Depot studio, and I wanted to share this train set right here that I got from a man in Pico Rivera. He had a little, like an antique shop, and I saw this on OfferUp, and I offered him some money. I got this pretty cheap. And this right here, folks, this train set, 1978. My folks got this for me. I'm pretty sure my mom was the one that picked it out because she did all the shopping. But this right here is the Chattanooga Express. And it came with a GP20 in a beautiful color scheme of kind of an orangey red with yellow, a Wesson tank car, a Baby Ruth box car, a Jello 50-foot box car, and of course the Chattanooga uh, caboose. And I got to tell you, I was fascinated as a kid when I got this back that Christmas back in '78. And this is what started my interest in model railroad. HO, of course, is the scale. And like I said, I've seen a couple of these on eBay, complete set. The box is a little tattered, a little torn. It's missing a little piece of, a little piece down here in the bottom. But I mean, overall, the whole idea is that this definitely brings back memories of my mom. She passed away this year, so we're definitely going to miss her. And seeing this train set that was on offer up, I figured, I'd like a little memory, and just keep her in thought. And so we're gonna kind of explain of what came in this box set. Let me see if I could, yeah, I get that right there like that. So I'm gonna take this top off, just lay it down here carefully, and uh, it was very basic. It came with a power pack, just like this one, and it had an oval true steel track. There's no track in here, but of course I have tons of this track. I didn't really need the track. I just wanted the box. And as you can see here, here's a GP20 locomotive, the Jello 50 footer, the tank car from Wesson, the Baby Ruth box car, and the Chattanooga um, caboose. Now, I myself don't remember what I did with my own box. I probably just threw it away and maybe kept the boxes for a little bit because I remember most of the time I had laid some track down on top of my dresser and I would kind of display my Tyco trains there. My second train that I got uh, from Tyco, which we had Toys R Us for our store to get that kind of stuff, was the Silver Streak. Um, and I remember one time I was running this GP20 and that little pot middle gear, the pinion gear, that the smallest one that runs into the motor shaft where the armature is at, that kind of slipped, and then it was just spinning. And I remember using like Elmer's glue or something like that to keep it. We didn't have crazy glue accessible back in the day, so I used, I think, Elmer's glue, and that worked for a little bit. Then it would just, I'd have to redo it. But I remember I kind of figured out what was going on, and I managed to at least get it to limp along. But then I bought that Silver Streak afterwards, and then I was using that most of the time. And this was just kind of a standby locomotive. But I do want to see what we have in here. I originally had my Chattanooga locomotive. Let me get one of these. Let me get one of these things here so I could kind of open the tabs a little bit better. And yeah, see how they just pop out a lot easier when you use something flat. Underneath the flap, and you're not tearing up the flap. See, they've already tore that thing from taking it in and out. This one here, I noticed that it does not have the plastic rails that it once had. But I have about 4 or 5 of these because this was the starter for me. This one here, let's take a look at it. It is missing wheels in the back, and from what I gather, it only has idler wheels, which is the wheel in the center that connects to that small pot metal pivot gear. Um, and there's 3 of them. So in a way, it's kind of good because these idler gears, they kind of crack, and these do not look cracked. So I will be able to use these idler gears on another train locomotive that needs this idler gear. So I got 2 spares, and I have plenty of wheels. I got a whole box full of wheels that I've collected over time. And I'm curious. We will do a bench test um, for this at some point. We are not ready to bench test this at all because we need wheels to get some contact on there. But that's the engine there, and we have this 50-foot Jello boxcar, and it is labeled Jello. Sometimes they wouldn't label the box or stamp it. It would just be a generic box that would hold the boxcar. This one actually is stamped as a Jello car. It's missing the brake wheel, which is okay. I have tons of those. But overall, it looks like it did have some use. But it's in very good shape. All of the stirrups, step stirrups are there. So that's kind of a cool thing. I am liking that. Again, this was where the box that contained the curved um, track, all it was a curve. I remember going to Toys R Us and paying like 75 cents for 4, I think it was 6 pieces of Tyco straight track, and then I created an oval. We will be running this set on the, here, let me switch cameras here. We'll be running this train set on this track here. As you can see, I already have a GP20 Chattanooga Express locomotive down there ready to go. Just because I kind of knew that this wasn't going to run. But let's go back to this camera and then show you the Wesson car that this this train set came with. And we're going to pop that out again carefully. And you see how just much easier it is to open these tabs when you slide something underneath there. And I'll put that there like so. And this one here is marked as the 40 tank Wesson car, and we are fortunate enough to have a handbrake on the tank car. You know, another big hit. And of course, we have the classic Baby Ruth. This one is making noise, and I don't know why. I know that there was one where it had a wheel underneath and it would chug. This one, I have no idea why it is making noise. So as we take it out, we're going to find out what the heck's going on here. Okay, all right. Also labeled as the 8-wheel caboose for the Chattanooga, but I got a feeling that, yeah, so they just have the boxes. Okay, I don't know what's in here. Let's try to pop this out. I guess we can try to pop it out. There might be gold in here. Who knows? Silver and gold. Silver and gold. Just gotta be up. Interesting. Let's see if I could pop it out. What in the world is in here? You're not gonna believe this. Somebody put candy in here, I think. Somebody put some kind of candy in there. And man, it's on there good. I don't know how old this candy is, but it's got to come out. Okay, there's that one there. Gumballs or something. It's got something in it. Okay. There's that end and that end. Yep, sure enough, they are not gumballs, but they're not even marbles. There's something, some kind of, maybe something for a Chinese checker game. I'm thinking these were for a Chinese checker game. They don't belong in there. So we're not going to put them back in. Let me just chuck them away. Let me just chuck these. Don't know what they were for. Maybe, like I said, maybe for an old game or something. There's the weight for it. I'm going to pop that in carefully there. And pop this carefully in there. And pop this carefully in there. And we got all four of these corners back in, and then we're just going to put these trucks back on. Okay, and that truck goes there, and this truck goes there, and now we have our Baby Ruth delicious, nutritious candy. It does have a brake wheel also. All right, last but not least is our caboose. The caboose. And while I'm at it, I'm trying to get this out. Big shout out to the family. Man, yeah, my cousins have been watching my videos. My aunts have been watching my videos. So a big shout out to, once again, to my Aunt Dora and my cousin Mary watching the channel and enjoying it. And I'm glad you guys had a chance to go ahead and click and like on some of these videos. And this is a real nice Chattanooga Express caboose. That's really sharp. Got the stovepipe on there like it should. The wheels, yeah, it was run back in the day. So, without further ado, we're going to put these rolling stock items onto the track and then run it. All right, let's go. Let's go do that now. Okay, folks, we're back, and we are now set up to run the Chattanooga Express Trainset 1978. This brings back a lot of good memories on how I got into the model railroad hobby. And I just want to point out, too, that this was one of my first accessories that I got from somebody during Christmas also. The loading dock was one of my first accessories. And I had a signalman crossing gate. That was also one of my first ones when I did my first oval setup on a 4x8 piece of plywood that my dad gave me, and I painted it green, and then I laid the track down. No cork roadbed whatsoever. It was just I nailed the track with the little tiny nails that it came with, and I ran it. But that's how I started, and we went from there. So let's see if we can get this thing going and take you on the way back clock to 1978. And there it goes. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. I feel like I've just been taken back in time. And there she is. Number 5628. Struggling. She's a struggling. But I haven't run this one in a while either, so I'm pretty sure that it's gonna start getting a little. Those springs are gonna start getting a little warm, so that we can pick up some speed. And that's one thing I've got to do is I've got to find the springs that are compatible to this train because, or these pancake motors because people want a lot of money. $12 for two little springs is crazy. Um, but they're the proper size and the right diameter for the cavity on each of the spring holders. But it's doing pretty good. The Chattanooga Express. I'm loving it. Let's see if we could change a different angle here for you. And let's see if we do that one here. Let's do this one here. All right. Chattanooga Express is looking good. Yes, sir. Toys R Us. A lot of memories. Man, fantastic. Think about Tyco. Yeah, they weren't the highest grade trains, but man, you could run this stuff in the carpet. That shag carpet back in the 70s was really thick and long, and you'd be picking up all kinds of lint and your sister's hair and whatnot. But they kept running. They kept running and running. As you can see, this one here has the rails on the locomotive. This one over here does not. But I do have rails for it, and I will repair this locomotive. Hopefully, the springs and the brushes in this are still in pretty good shape, so that we can get it running properly, and we might get a good motor. If the windings are really good, the power will be distributed nicely, and you won't have any current drop or power drop. And I'm running at around maybe a little less than half an amp on this one, so it's not too bad. But I do need to replace the springs on it, so it'll slow down and it'll pick up, slow down and pick up. But yeah, I'm liking this one. I'm gonna do a couple of videos where I'll make some shorts, and I think that's gonna work out nicely. All right, let me slow this down a little bit here. Right around 60% throttle is where it kind of likes to. There you go. That keeps it consistent right there. Between about 58 is where it seems like it likes to run. Big hit. The Chattanooga Express. Don't forget to like and subscribe, folks. I have plenty of new videos for you guys to watch. And I'm sure you'll find something that you'll like. So hit that like and subscribe. Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. That's a good place to stop right now. And I'm going to go back to this camera here and wrap it up. So that's what I got for you today. Again, it's the Chattanooga Express electric train set that Tyco put out back in 1978. And there was a lot of train sets out there back in the day, but I think this one, I want to say this was like maybe $29 for this train set back then, and that was a lot of money back then. That must have been like 80 bucks, 85 bucks or something like that at, at today's prices. So I do appreciate my folks buying this for me, because here we are. Even now, we have the Train Depot channel going on, and I want to share some more stuff with you later on this week. And we do have the Volmer track. It is up and running. I'll talk a little bit about that. When I redid it, I tried to keep it to the closest radius diameters that it originally had. Looked like it had like 18 and 15-degree radiuses. But it seems like they even had something more in between there or something, because the 18s and 15s don't quite match the original track markings that were there, and there was no flex track on it. So that track from Germany was, I don't know, it was custom made for this thing probably. But the good news is that the Tyco trains will run in any direction on that track. But the Katos and the Atherns, they're a little bit more finicky, and I think it's because the flanges on the wheels are a lot smaller. They don't go as deep as the Tyco flanges into the track. So in that tight turn, they just pop out. But the Tycos, since the flanges are a little bit taller and deeper into the track, they won't derail. So, anyways, that's going to be a lot of fun this week coming up to do, and I'm looking forward to showing you how I redid the switches, because that used to be a nightmare. If you guys remember that, but anyways, thanks once again for joining me here today on the channel. Please, please, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends about the channel. And again, a shout out to all the family and all the friends who have been supporting me this whole time. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.